Hello, thank you very much for tuning into this section of reads. This should be on YouTube channel James 13 Wicca, in case you're seeing it somewhere else. I will put the information, like the cards and the dice, all that below. Other than that, I guess, if you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. This is James number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you very much for tuning in, and let's go ahead and get into your reading. Hello, Taurus. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Taurus? I'm reaching for it. What are we reaching for? You definitely know what you want, which isn't really a shock. It's not about that. What is it about then? You know what you want. I get that. It's about doing it. Okay, so I gotta set the board up, is what I keep thinking. There's a lot going on in the situation. The game I want to play, things are not set up for the game I want to play. You have had success before. You have had success before. It's been there. And there's something from the past I want to recapture, I want to bring back to some degree. It doesn't have to be a literal, I literally want that here. It could be like, I want that experience again. It could be something like that. But the way the situation is currently set up, whatever I'm dealing with, it's just like, this isn't working for me. It's almost like if you grew up in a very beautiful climate, very comfortable, no winter. That's just me saying that. Or it could be reversed, whatever makes you happy. So it's like if you grew up in a tropical location and now you're living in like more of an Arctic location, just for argument's sake. It's kind of like I want to go back to the way it was. But the way I'm currently living, or where I currently am, the current job I currently have, whatever it is, it's not matching. I keep looking back like I want what I had back. I want at least some aspects, at the very least, of that back. And it does seem to take up a lot of your thought process. Is it realistic? Can I actually make that happen? What would I need to do if I was going to make that happen? You think about it. But you think about it like, let me look into this. I wonder if that's an option. What if I did this? I feel like you're doing legwork towards it. Maybe not crazy amounts of legwork, but you're doing some work towards it. I don't think that's bad. But I feel like I'm getting more and more consumed with the thought of like, I really want that to happen. I really do want that to happen. I know there's something more with this, because I know there's something more with this, because the card above it, the devil, in the 5 of Swords. Someone, possibly something, is in direct contrast with where you want to be. And I feel like whatever this someone or something is, I can see where that can peacefully end, peacefully, in a positive way. I don't know, I feel a little like, we're not doing anything illegal. Everything is legal here. So I don't know what's going on, but like it just makes like peaceful, good, positive endings. I don't know why, but this seems a little bit much. Because I'm thinking to myself, For example, maybe you're in a marriage you don't want to be in anymore. Maybe you're in a job you don't really want to be in anymore. I know this is going to be a little bit. Maybe you're raising a child and you're like, as long as I have this child, this is what I'm doing. But once they graduate high school, I'm going to do what I want to do. I don't know what to say about that, because I don't think it's as bad as I'm making it. Because sometimes people, maybe you're not with the person you had the child with or created the child with, but you were restricted to where you can or can't go because you have confines based on legal reasons. It doesn't have to be super negative, so I hope it's not coming off super negative. If this is hitting, how that's going. So it's nothing to worry about. But it's kind of like this situation will transition at some point, or at least I can see myself transitioning out of it in a way that's acceptable to me and bringing me back to where I want to be, helping me get to that successful place that I'd rather be. Okay, so the thought is there, the energy is there. The question is the support there? It's starting to show up. The Devil card is being released in the environment, and the Ten of Swords is also being released. The Ten of Swords coming in like this, which is telling me releasing from something that maybe had more of an effect previously. The Devil card, same way. They're both coming up that way. So maybe in the past, or maybe in the last few years, there have been restrictions, or there's been this energy where I didn't think there was anything I could really do about it, or at least not for a good time. And that energy is starting to release. It's starting to thaw. It's starting to let go. It's a brutal. All right. If it's a marriage you don't really want to be in, maybe in the past it didn't seem like the other person was going to let go, but now currently it looks like maybe they also want to let go. So maybe that's not going to be as difficult as it was. There's possibility showing itself. Something is showing here. Something like where you might have more opportunity than you used to have. In my opinion, when Taurus starts going in a direction, you tend to complete the task. Okay. There's transition coming. It's coming. It's coming slow but surely. Judgment in your favor, literally. And then the Five of Swords. So judgment is in your favor. Things are changing. You're going to be moving on from whatever the situation is. It's happening sooner or later anyway. It is changing. The trick is to strengthen your resolve to what you want that will work out for everybody versus being influenced by others, because there's like this weight. I feel like there's other factors here that are weighing on you, and you could succeed through that, but you might not get the outcome you want. I'm getting you can have the outcome you want. It's just realizing that like it'll be best for you and those around you, even if other people don't want you to have what you want. Does that make sense? So if it was a location thing, you grew up in a tropical location, you don't live in a tropical location anymore. And maybe they're kind of like, well, we don't want you there. We want you more accessible to us here. So don't go there. And then kind of going, well, I know that's what they want, but that's not what I want. And sticking to what you want, kind of like, well, I'm going to move back there, and then you can come visit me every now and then. And we could have both the best of both worlds. That might be the factor that I'm getting here. That other people might be having a heavy influence on you, and it's kind of like you can have what you want. You can go where you want. You can do it. But other people might have an effect on you where it becomes very difficult for you to make that choice. Again, Taurus is that energy. I really do feel when you set your goal and you made up your mind that's where you're going, you will achieve it sooner or later. If you claim your Ace of Pentacles and you go where you want to go, Judgment will go in your favor sooner or later. It's realizing there's no reason you shouldn't have what you want. The psychic conversation on this one is kind of like, it's not going to fall out of your grasp unless you let it go. Like this here is like this person, when I'm looking at this paper, it's like the only reason that it's getting out of their hand is because they're letting it go. Taurus wouldn't let it go. If you decide to let it go, it will get out of your hand and it will fly away. But if you don't want to let it go, it will not get out of your hand, is what I'm getting. You may be surprised at how many other people benefit from you sticking to the line and going where you want to go. So I'm using that moving situation again. You want to move back to a tropical location just for argument's sake. If you decide to do that, you may find that you have certain people following you. And instead of people being up, say you're being 500 miles away or better, wherever, instead of having this distance between where you wanted to be, the tropical location, and them, they may decide, well, Taurus moved there, maybe I'll move there too. And they may just follow you. They may follow you. You may make a better transition for you. It may not be the best transition originally, but offbeat later, people might just join you and realize, you know what, this was the better choice. This is where they wanted to be. They just didn't realize it was the better choice. Yeah, I keep seeing this. Whatever choice you're making, in the beginning, I feel like people are fighting you. Like, no, Taurus, we're not going to follow you there. You're going to be there all by yourself. And then after a little while, they're like, well, we're coming. We're packing our bags. We're coming too. You might have that draw on people. And they may realize the good thing you made the choice you did, because life got a lot better because they followed your lead on that one. There's a lot here. It wouldn't happen in 5 seconds. It's a long haul journey. People realizing, like, it's almost like if you're going to move back to the tropical location, they do come to visit you and then they like it there and then they don't want to go back to where they're from either. And then before you know it, because you're the connection there, they start transitioning down and you have a lot more connections there than you were expecting. I mean, the travel thing is just an analogy, but you follow me on it, I'm sure. It has to go through its process. Opportunities will show up as necessary. There's going to be ups and downs where people are complaining and they're going to try to get you to come back to where they are. And then they're going to realize that that's not going to work. And they're going to question if it really makes sense. People who I feel like you weren't expecting to follow you will all of a sudden just follow you. They won't tell you what they're doing. They won't tell you that they're researching it. They won't even consider it. But then all of a sudden, they're just going to find out that they are going your way. And then you're going to be at this spot where you're very happy. This is the Nine of Pentacles, which is Earth. In your Earth, you're going to find out that in the long run, you made the best decision, not just for you, but for everybody around you. It's hard because to get there, I feel like there's a lot of resistance and a lot of people trying to change your mind, a lot of people pulling on your heartstrings. Until you actually do it, until you actually do what you have to do and you move where you have to go and you do what you need to get done, until that moment, they're not really even considering it. And then even when they are considering it, they're probably going to keep it from you. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, all right, you were right. So let's just do it your way, Taurus. It's a long road and it takes a long time to get there. If this is true for this situation, you've probably seen this play out this way before, where they fight you, they fight you, they fight you. They say no, 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 no. Then all of a sudden they've just gone your way and they're like, all right, well, you were right. So whatever. Well, you were right. So whatever. All right. All right, I'm going to shut that down there. I hope that helps. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.